So this is the lamp post that used to hold like a speed camera here on Greenwich and Reed Street, and they used to park their undercover police car behind me here. Anytime I try to use the bathroom at the Washington Market Park, they come up, get out of the bathroom. They will come and park their Dodge police car, undercover car with tinted windows here. And I was getting harassed in the bathroom, and soon after they hired a black American. Soon after they had a Spanish female kick me, started locking the door to the bathroom, so it won't let me use it. It was only let you know why you use it. I called 911, the police didn't show up, and she kicked me, followed me outside. She was joined by the white male who was like who appeared to be gay also. And then after that, I called 911. The Spanish female stopped coming. I think they called the police on me, also the park ranger. But I waited and waited. They waited till my battery died before the park ranger showed up. But the police I called never showed up. Then after they had a black American female with dreadlocks, she started harassing me. The first day she saw me trying to use the bathroom, she went and blocked the bathroom. Said she said the female's bathroom was closed that day and had to come use the men's bathroom. And and she was, and she was very harassing and very awesome. That was the first day I would meet her. And it was like she was hired on purpose to harass me out of the women's bathroom. So just picking on me as an African transsexual so that we can really, you know, bully this African transsexual. The mother's already dead. My mother was killed by daughters in America. They followed her to the ICU in Bellevue and told them to the hospital to remove her from the ICU and put her in the psych ward. And my mother didn't want to go to the psych ward, and they killed her during that process. So I really have nobody looking out for me in America or anywhere. I even contacted the Nigerian embassy, because also the NYPD arrested me on July 20, 2019, 23 is the number of jury, and dragged me to the psych ward for talking about my mother and regard that was helping me with court papers against the NYPD. Because when the NYPD kicked out my mother from her home on Staten Island on September 2010, me and my mother went to court to report the NYPD. So since then my mother was getting harassed here in New York. We were both homeless, and every guy that was helping us with the court papers was getting harassed, and they choked him to death immediately in 2014. As soon as every guy said he was going to help him with court papers, the NYPD went to choke him to death. And they didn't even just find court papers. They didn't even just find court hearing against them. They hid that information from the court and got the court on Staten Island, the criminal court on Staten Island, to dismiss the charges against the Regina killer. Usually I will reference this camera, the speed camera here, as the Dodge van is leaving, or sometimes some other cars that act, very suspicious, try to hit me or something. I will reference this camera, and this speed camera here that will pick them up in the license plate number. And also there used to be a scaffolder here with camera that will record some of the activities. I will reference the scaffolder here camera, and then quickly remove the scaffolder here. I left the other scaffolder, and this recorder said it was on the scaffolder out also. Here in the city, so it's like its administration is helping to mop up evidence. And when it was about to become mayor, it was saying its administration is going to reset, like trying to appeal to certain people, and like the police, like because before they put me in the psych ward. Anytime I record things the police do wrong to me, they always arrest me in the bathroom in the subway. Anytime I record them, or the subway workers, like this black American, she was like a female butch lesbian, and Franklin Avenue used to leave the water, the sewage running on the floor of the bathroom of Franklin. I think they call it Botanical Garden. No. Yeah, Franklin shuttle going to Prospect Park. But midway, I think they call that stuff Botanical Garden. And they leave the bathroom there, soiled with dirty water. I think it was both male and female could use that bathroom or something like that. It was a male's bathroom, but sometimes females would come in there. And they used to leave the water, the sewage soil, and you flush all the sewage water will come out of the toilet bowl on the floor. So I was recording that, and this black American butch female lesbian, when they harassed me, wouldn't let me use the bathroom. I was recording her also. I said, we're going to take that phone from you. You what? I'm like, I'm recording, you're threatening me. And that year or soon after that, the police attacked me on Berry and 4th Avenue and put me in handcuffs. They had a guy hit me in the head on July 20th, 2019, while Trump was doing an immigration raid in New York. And they put me in handcuffs on Berry and 4th Avenue and took me to the psych ward. And they were laughing in the psych ward. NYU psychiatric hospital, saying me to one of their staff was not being said me to. And they held me there for 7 days. And even when I tried to get a court, when I kept telling them to let me go to court, they wouldn't let me go to court, and they finally let me go to court. And they finally registered the lawyer, the patient advocate registered me for court, but they wouldn't let me go to court. On the day of the court hearing, they kidnapped me from Brooklyn and went and dumped me in Manhattan in front of the Bellevue Hospital where my mother was killed. So that was very malicious of them. The fact that they were obstruct justice and making me miss my court hearing. And also they kidnapped me on Monday night. July 23rd was like a Monday night. And as soon as I got to the hospital, the guy there was saying, Baba Tuesday, me too, Baba Tuesday. Meaning they purposely did it because Tuesday is the morning is the court hearing. And you got to register days in advance. That's the procedure. So by kidnapping on Monday night, the excuse was going to be I came in on Monday night, so I couldn't go to court on Tuesday. So they could hold me for 7 days, saying they're waiting for me to go to court or something. And the other court, because normally you're supposed to, you're not supposed to hold somebody past 48 hours in involuntary commitment, but they held me for 7 days pretending I could go to court by the next Tuesday. And by the next Tuesday, instead of letting me go to court that day, the Nigerian embassy was said they were waiting for me in court and things. The Daily News said they were waiting for me in court and things. And the hospital wouldn't let me go to court. They kidnapped me and went and dumped me in Manhattan. Then soon after I started calling the Nigerian embassy because they promised to help me. They said they were going to contact the Nigerian government in Abuja. Then after that, they just kept stringing me along, and after answering my phone call, as I was trying to update them, just keep updating them, and they reneged on their promise, even though the evidence was getting more and more, more and more, more and more. The evidence was getting more and more plentiful, and was, it's almost like, they had a backhand deal with the NYPD. Like, let's just get rid of this person, and you can have another person that petites for them, get the money, and take the money to Nigeria or whatever. So it's like, I'm in the middle of some conspiracy, backhanded deals, because, if you can kill somebody, like every guy that was killed, the money was given to his family members. So, and it says always like that. When there was a guy, it's really unrelated. He was a construction worker here in Manhattan. And they said this year, I believe it's this year, he suffered, he sued his company because he had a construction accident, and they settled the matter for like $60,000, and he withdrew the money from the bank in Manhattan and traveled by train or something to his house in Harlem. As soon as he was getting close to his house with the money in a garbage bag, $60,000, I believe, somebody pulled up in a scooter, shoot him dead, and take the money. So they said lawsuits, money and things like that always get really bloody like that. You never know who's going to turn against you to try to get the money for themselves. So the Nigerian embassy reneged on the promise and stopped answering my phone call. My mother's daughters in America also killed my mother, and went to a storage, took all the storage property and my property in my mother's storage. So, it's been crazy like that, and I guess they're waiting for the inheritance money. Because, my mother went to court against the NYPD, I went to court against the NYPD, and, at that time, they killed my mother, so I guess they feel they can kill her, and any money that will come to her from the NYPD will go to them as an inheritance money. So it's been crazy like that. So now this NYPD is removing cameras. Same thing in Prospect Park. Around the pandemic time, 2020, 2021, they had people attacking from into the bathroom. And sometimes there was a camera there in front of the Prospect Park by the queue line. There was a camera in front of the Prospect Park there that would record people attacking me when I'm going to use the bathroom. So I was calling IAB, calling the police, and 911, the police wouldn't help me, and I reported to IAB, and I referenced that camera, and they want to remove that camera around that 2020. before 2021. And this Eric Adam was saying he was campaigning for mayorship then, said his administration is going to reset, I think he was trying to appeal to the police group or something. As soon as he became mayor, they attacked me here on Pier 25. I was using the bathroom and then this Spanish female came, there was a case here in New York around that time. They said the Spanish female beat up a black American male in a hotel in Manhattan, and the black American male was like 12 years old, and his father had to save him from the Spanish female, Puerto Rican female. And so this Spanish Puerto Rican female ran to Florida, and there was a warrant for her arrest because the video went viral of her arresting the boy, said she stole her cell phone. The black American man stole her cell phone. And it went viral. And so around that time, I went to use the bathroom at Pier 25. All of a sudden, this Spanish female said, the park workers told her I stole her cell phone. I'm like, and so I showed her my cell phone. Is this your cell phone? She was like, no. So I was like, please stop harassing me. And she came with said the guy was, was like a huge guy, have more weight on his body than me, and said the guy was an undercover NYPD. I'm like, okay, you need to have your camera on. Because I don't understand this. Why you would say, so many people in the bathroom. How, why would you be accusing me of stealing your cell phone? Said the park workers told her that. So I said, I'm calling 911 and I'm going to report you up to 311. And they kept following me because I didn't even know who they were. So I kept moving and calling 911 and they had me, totally my attention was derailed and the cars almost hit me. So they were following us. I was crossing the street even though the light wasn't on. I was just trying to maintain safe distance from them. Because now they were accusing me, saying that a witness saw me steal the cell phone power, and I knew they were making it up because I didn't steal no cell phone. They always have asked me that about them. So I was very afraid of them. I was calling 911. I was trying to maintain safe distance from them. As a matter of fact, they told me that I could go, and I told them, no, I'm not just going, I'm going to call 911, 311. And that's when they started following me. Like, they wanted to steal my phone, prevent me from calling 911 on them. So it was like a sting operation. And that's why when the NYPD came, they were acting suspicious also. The female went and started talking with her, and they were both laughing. And they told me they wanted to take me to psych ward. I said, no. She falsely accused me of stealing her cell phone. I said, she had and the guy was following me when I threatened to report them to 311 CCRB. And I'm like, I'm like, I want a police report. The police officers told me no police report, but we just want to take a cycle. This was after Eric Adam became mayor last year, and it was running on the campaign, so he wants to reset. So they were trying to steal my cell phone. I was using to record that incident. Plus, I was using my cell phone to record many other incidents around this neighborhood where they were harassing in the bathroom in the World Trade Center, harassing in the bathroom elsewhere. There was another building here. I was trying to use the bathroom that day, and the building security guard wouldn't let me use the bathroom some more. So I called 911, and the head of the security said the police are not going to help me. I'm like, is there a conspiracy going on? And the police didn't help me. So I had other evidence that they used to teardrop park where I used to use the bathroom. And then, and they were harassing kids with the first snowball at me in the snow. And one of the park workers there at the teardrop park said, we're going to get you killed, and I called 911. I recorded that statement, in my smartwatch. And the police officer during the pandemic was like 2021. Yeah, around 2021. And the police then, was wanting to take you to cycle. It was COVID era. I'm like, no, these people, the park workers were harassing me. And during the COVID, they were harassing me as a black African immigrant, treating me like I was the lowest of low. Because a lot of the black Americans were dying from COVID. And, just scapegoating me as a black African immigrant. And so the police didn't help me at the teardrop park. I told them to stop coming to the teardrop park to the bathroom. So they've been harassing me, denying me to the bathroom. This was before Eric Adam became mayor. This was 2021. It became mayor in 2022 last year. And as soon as he became mayor, they harassed me with a Puerto Rican female, at the Pier 25 bathroom. First accused was still in court. Now and then he said he chose this woman, Sewell, to become the commissioner of police because he's in anticipation that the NYPD is going to wrongfully kill a black person. And he said he did an exam for her. She showed her a simulated video in which the NYPD killed a black person. And he said when she watched that video, she was crying. And so he chose her because she'll be a good image cover, a PR cover for the NYPD because she knew how to cry. So, I said, was anticipating the NYPD was actually killing black person. And at that time, the NYPD was trying to kill me. Here and for the 1 year Sue was commissioner, I had so many attempts of my life, like the Puerto Rican female, Spanish looking female accused me of killing herself in the park. They wanted to kill me that day. They were following me for a moving cars. They were trying to get the moving cars to hit me on West Side Highway at the Petrofa bathroom. So for the 1 year Sue was commissioner of police, there were so many attempts of my life by the NYPD. And now this Puerto Rican guy was replaces replaces Sue as the new commissioner, and he did a walking around this area, church and chambers. And since then, all the stores there, a lot of them harass me like crazy. Don't want me to come into the store. You know, and even this guy Adam, they have a picture of him in the newspaper, whereby his face looks like he was smelling something, and all of a sudden, as soon as that picture was all over the newspaper, every store I go to, they will harass me, say I stink. You know, he had his face like he was smelling something. You know, and so it's using some administration from, so just untold human rights abuses. And then the park workers here would jump me when I try to use the bathroom here. Now the camera is disappearing on Greenwich and Reed. These are cameras I was referencing in my past camera recordings on my phone. So these are important cameras that pick up license plates of people that try to hit me with their cars at night time as I'm crossing the street here. Now the cameras is disappearing, and they attacked me in the Pier 25 like they wanted to arrest me or get me killed. The park workers will let me use the bathroom as soon as they saw me coming at around 9 p.m. because the bathroom closed at 12 midnight, and I was trying to use the bathroom at 9 p.m. The park worker must have closed the bathroom on me, so I couldn't use the bathroom. The woman's bathroom, and then called the police on me, filed the fake police report. In which, a black American female was accused of filing a fake police report of saying she saw a little child in the woods, and then she disappeared, and her family filed a police report. And then they're having a charge. I think her name is Khalees. So why should this park workers in Pier 25 harassment, denial access to women's bathroom, which is a hate crime, I'm a transsexual, and then call the police and warn me, file a fake police report? And I found out that the park police, all that, they never contacted me to arrest these people for filing a fake police report. So this is what's going on, and now evidence is disappearing. So my life is not safe, and they're just using it as a pawn in whatever game they're playing for political power, wealth, or whatever. So this is what's going on.